I'm crashing right now. I'm so frustrated. I spent $100,000 on the video that I posted earlier today. Unfortunately, it's deleted!
So James Charles thought he'd stage the biggest comeback since, well, maybe ever. He spends a cool $100K on this massive ad, sets it loose on TikTok, and waits for the beauty world to lose its mind. But, oh sweetie, did you know what happened next? TikTok slapped that ad down faster than a broken contour stick. James was livid. He went all drama queen on us, blaming new rules, old beef, and anyone who'd listen. But honey, let's rewind a hot sec. Why risk 6 figures on one flashy promo? Simple. James says Morphe still owes him $2.2 million and he's tired of waiting for a check that may never come. So he cooked up a cinematic heist, relaunched his rainbow palette under a new name, and dared the internet to watch. TikTok said nope, and the video vanished. And then James exploded on livestream. But the TikTok takedown was just the spark, because this palette saga actually began the day Morphe filed for bankruptcy. And that twist? Oh, it changes everything. Remember that Technicolor Morphe palette that once turned makeup aisles into mosh pits? James just resurrected it, but under a brand new flag. His indie label, Painted, quietly teased an almost twin palette called Artistry Canvas, set to drop June 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Similar rainbow shades, but this time the packaging screams mine, not Morphe's. Fans who tap the waitlist button on Painted's site see the promise, bringing creativity back to makeup, a subtle shade at the partner he now calls a ghost. The move is calculated nostalgia. Back in 2018, crowds wrapped around Morphe stores just to snag the first collab, and the palette sold out faster than a restock tweet could load. James is banking on that memory, and on viewers who still remember swatching those buttery mattes in the parking lot. By framing Artistry Canvas as a comeback rather than a copy, he's telling longtime stans, the rainbow is ours again. But if the shades feel familiar, the backstory definitely doesn't. Because while Painted preps for launch, Morphe is still crawling out of Chapter 11, and James says their bankruptcy left him $2.2 million short. That unpaid bill is the spark for everything coming next. One week, the Morphe empire was pulling in hundreds of millions. The next, it was begging for mercy in a Delaware courtroom. On January 12, 2023, Morphe's parent company, Forma Brands, filed Chapter 11, listing $500 million in debt and tossing a long list of unpaid influencers onto the sorry, not today pile. Near the top, James Charles owed roughly $2.2 million in royalties from that record-breaking rainbow palette. But guess what? In bankruptcy, influencers like James get paid last. Like, last. Chapter 11 lets a company keep the lights on while it restructures, so Morphe slammed the doors on US stores, sold itself to new lenders for $690 million, and rolled out fresh launches almost overnight. Meanwhile, unsecured creditors, like our favorite beauty boy James, get in line behind bankers and lawyers, hoping for pennies on the dollar, if anything at all. James was livid. He peppered TikTok with screenshots of me watching everyone post their old palettes, while Morphe still owes me $2.2 million. Clapping back at commenters who yelled, "Just sue," and explaining that bankruptcy law makes chasing the cash almost impossible. The takeaway? Morphe can drop new collabs like nothing happened, and James can shout into the void, unless he finds another way to make that money back. And that's exactly why he plotted a $100,000 heist video. James didn't just hit record. He hired a Hollywood-level crew, rented a faux marble museum, and mapped out a midnight caper worthy of Mission Impossible. In the slick 3-minute short, he sneaks past laser grids, cracks a glass case, yanks the dusty Morphe palette, and swaps in his shiny Artistry Canvas. Then smirks at the camera like he's just robbed Fort Knox. The budget? $100,000. James repeated the figure in every live stream until it echoed across Beauty Talk. He claimed the price tag covered a stunt team, custom set pieces, a film crew, and crucially a licensed pop track he said he owned outright. Viewers gasped. His team begged him to scale back, but James insisted, "I'm taking back what's mine." Even the upload got the red carpet treatment. He dropped the film on YouTube and TikTok at the same moment, timing it for peak traffic. Within half an hour, the TikTok version blew past 250,000 views and 70,000 likes, and the comment section was all fire emojis and "James is back." Then, without warning, the video vanished. And that's when the real meltdown started. Poof, muted, deleted, gone. 30 minutes in, the hype was peaking. Then, TikTok slammed the brakes. The platform's automated checker flagged James' licensed pop track because the clip ran longer than TikTok's 60-second music limit for non-library songs. TikTok's own terms spell it out. Go past a minute, get muted, or worse, deleted. And just like that, Taking Back What's Mine vanished, along with its first 250,000 views and 70,000 likes. James opened TikTok live in full meltdown mode, branding the new rule the dumbest feature on planet Earth, swearing he'd paid for the rights and joking that maybe TikTok should be banned. Seconds later, he threatened to crash the app right now, re-uploaded a mute version with royalty-free elevator drums, and watched engagement nosedive. Fans were split. Some tagged TikTok support, others roasted James for flexing a six-figure budget without reading the fine print. And if that drama wasn't enough, critics pointed out James's other recent scandals still shadowing every comment thread. Cue the eye rolls. Only days before his lost $100,000 ad, James wrapped a 15-part TikTok saga showing off a Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600, an SUV that screams six-figure luxury. Fans watched him gush over custom tints and sparkle wraps, then flip to begging viewers to please watch the $100,000 pallet heist. The whiplash felt real, and comment sections filled with riffs like, "Bro, the car alone cost more than the ad." Then came the new rumor mill. Since April, TikTok has buzzed that James was somehow tied to Evan Johnson, the ex-boyfriend arrested in a viral domestic misbehavior case involving creator Kayla Malik. Reports claim Johnson stayed at James' place. James fired back, calling the gossip zero evidence, yet the story sparked another follower freefall, roughly 1.3 million lost in May alone. All this means every painted promo drops into a chat room already on fire. Some viewers cheer the hustle. Others promise to skip the launch on principle. So, what does our boy James need to do in order to pull off his comeback? Here's the cold, hard math. The Artistry Canvas palette is priced at $55 and goes live on June 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time exclusively on Painted.co. To recoup just the $100,000 James poured into that museum heist commercial, he needs to move a little over 1,800 palettes, before counting production costs, web fees, or the inevitable wave of promo giveaways. That's a steep climb for a direct-to-consumer launch with no Sephora end caps or Morphe stores funneling foot traffic. On the plus side, going direct-to-consumer means James pockets every dollar instead of splitting with a retailer, a playbook increasingly common for creator brands after the Morphe shakeout and the broader boom in celebrity-led upstarts capturing premium sales online. But a single viral hiccup, like TikTok throttling the re-upload or another headline dredging up last month's scandal, could stall conversions. Not to mention ad spend, inventory risk, and the fact that beauty influencer fatigue is real and the margin for error shrinks fast. If the nostalgic hype outweighs the backlash, James walks away with a profitable comeback. If not, Artistry Canvas may prove that $100,000 pyro marketing only burns bright when the audience is still rooting for you. So, can nostalgia and rainbow shadows beat controversy fatigue? We'll find out on launch day. June 25th, 10 a.m. PST is go time. That's when Painted's virtual doors swing wide open and the Artistry Canvas palette finally slides into carts. The website's splash page flashes that time like a countdown timer. The Instagram feed screams Mona Lisa IRL, and James' own reveal video pushes a giant "Set Your Alarms" banner. Here's what to watch the second the site goes live. Site crash or smooth sail. Painted is a brand new platform. If too many rainbow-hungry fans hit refresh at once, we could see a Shopify-like meltdown or a slick Apple Store-level rollout. TikTok algorithm redemption. James re-uploaded the $100,000 ad with royalty-free music, but will TikTok bury it or boost it? First hour engagement decides if it trends or tanks. Beauty drama echo chamber. Expect commentary channels to live stream the launch, counting palette sales in real time while dredging up every past scandal. Each hot take video can swing buyer mood by the minute. Sold out speed test. If Artistry Canvas moves 2,000 units in the first day, James breaks even on the commercial alone. Anything beyond that turns those rainbow pans into pure profit, and a headline that Morphe can't ignore. Strap in, because the moment the add to cart button turns green, we'll know if 100K bought a blockbuster or a bust. So here we are. James is still chasing 2.2 million, just torched 100,000 on a video TikTok swiped, and now betting everything on a nostalgia-dipped rainbow palette that has to beat the backlash clock. If Artistry Canvas sells out, he rewrites beauty drama history and proves Morphe's loss is his jackpot. If not, the only thing he'll be painting is another red line on the expense sheet. So, what do you think, guys? Will one flashy heist and a blast of 2018 vibes outshine all of James's other drama? Or has he painted himself into a corner?